We have on the property a log home that was built in 1850 by the Hayslip family of Bristow and later owned by John Hall, who was the son-in-law of the Hayslip family. He was also in the Civil War as a courier for Robert E. Lee and Stonewall Jackson.
And even though it's not from Brentsville, it does fit the same time period as the courthouse and the jail and when the town was founded, which was 1820. Cabin's built 1850, so it does fit into that. The cabin itself will provide us a way to talk about people at home.
When we got it, it didn't have a roof on it and didn't have a floor, and the outside was mostly gone. It was basically just the log walls.
Well, originally it was near Gainesville, right off between Vent Hill Road and Linton Hall Road.
They found it and asked the county if they would like to have it. Absolutely, we'd love to have it. So it's located here on the property, out of sight of the courthouse, but it's been shown as a typical farm family of the 1850 to 1890 era.
But if you think about life back then, most of your time was spent outside. If you go into the cabin, it's only one bedroom upstairs, so there's no privacy as we expect privacy today, but most people spent their time outside. If it was nice, you spent your time outside. You really only focused in on the inside when it was night or when it was cold.
In the wintertime, the only heat that was in here is what came up the steps or managed to find its way through the floor. The whole house was heated by the one fireplace. And as a result, it was quite cold in the wintertime and quite hot in the summertime, because that's also where they fixed all their meals. They cooked their meals. They didn't really cook it inside the fireplace, but they would draw the hot coals out in front of the fireplace and set the pans over top of the hot coals to cook their food. So they had a fire every day of the week, every day of the year.
And it was on 200 acres. Most of it was forested, but what was farmed was wheat and corn. And we believe that the farmer did most of his agricultural business just to feed the family. He might have made, some flour, taken the wheat down to a local mill, made some money off of that. But it wasn't a huge, prosperous farm.
If you look at the walls, you notice that some of them are pretty rough, where they've been chopped with an axe. Those are hand-hewn logs, original to 1850.
We don't have any records of any slaves working the farm. There was a family of 7 kids, so obviously the 7 kids were kept pretty busy.
I'm a dad in the big room with 1 or 2 of the youngest children, and as many kids as would fit in the second bed, and the rest of them would either be on mats on the floor or a little trundle bed.
Up early, like everyone talks about, the old timers say up early. Some of the younger kids might have worked in the vegetable garden. That was about an 1.5 acre garden that provided vegetables to the family just for them to eat. And then the fields would provide the crops that maybe the farmer can make some money off of. The site itself is open every single day of the year, sunrise to sunset. People can come out here anytime, as long as the sun's up, and tour the outside, read some of the interpretive markers. But for tours, it's that May through October, Thursday through Monday, 11 to 4 time slots.